I'm here today to talk about how Couture has been revolutionizing and transforming the fashion industry. So here we go. Couture. Exa as an extended reality and couture as in high-end fashion, which is usually custom fitted. And I call it the nexus of reality and virtuality in the fashion realm, and you'll soon know why. So what do we do at Couture? We basically collaborate with a filtered pool of multidisciplinary designers, and they're not just fashion designers but also 3D generalists, artists who come from across the globe with various talents. And we curate a wardrobe that is for your virtual self, which you can wear basically on your social media. And we've been here to create a new opportunity for the new generation, that's the Gen X, the millennials, to be able to express their identity in a different way, in a more inclusive manner, irrespective of their age or their size or the gender. Now imagine a wardrobe for your Instagram. Clothes that you cannot feel, you cannot touch, but you can definitely wear them on a photograph and post it to your friends. So these clothes, they don't exist in the real world, but they only exist in the digital realm. But again, you can definitely wear them. So how does it happen, and what are the kind of clothes that we have? So here are some of the designs that we'd work with, influencers who tried on some of our fits. So the photos on the top are basically the before photos, and the ones at the bottom are after. So this guy here, Ryan, was fitted onto the ET rodeo sweatshirt and ISDKV shoes. So he just had to supply us with a photograph that he had, like, say, clicked years ago, but he never used them. And, he could basically he couldn't use them again because he didn't want to be seen on the same outfit twice, right? I mean, that's the notion with all the influencers go with. So we used this old photograph and turned it into a new outfit for him, and for him to be able to post it on Instagram and rake in all the likes. The same case on the right, we just fitted onto this bubble trench coat, and her fans were amused because they had never seen anything like this before. I mean, not just the design, but also the fitting, right? Like nobody would have thought, like, none of our audience knew until they swipe right to see that that photo was just edited. And then for the kind of designs that we have, it's not just t-shirt or shoes, but it's also just like this one here, mythical mermaid gown. It could be based out of fantasy, sci-fi, cyberpunk, and these things, they don't have to exist in the real world. So digital fashion is all about creating designs that go beyond the traditional physical limitations, right? So we're able to even wear sculptures onto photographs. You're not going to be wearing them around real world, but in a virtual environment, anything is possible. You can even wear dresses made out of metallic textures, fabrics that you wouldn't find in the real world. And the best part is that you don't restrict yourself. You can, you can design as you please. Anything from your imagination can be created using these powerful tools here. And now here's how it works. First, you log into our website and then you select a digital product which you would like to try on. And all you got to do is just click on that plus sign and upload a photograph of yours. You can upload multiple photographs, and we can help you choose which photo would be the best suit for that design. And just like that, our team of expert tailors will fit that 3D garment onto your photo and ready for you to upload on social media and get all those likes. Now let's level up the digital fashion game. So with the power of CGI, we are not just restricting ourselves with clothing and footwear and accessories, but now here we are editing your backgrounds. You just send a photo of yourself sitting in a room, and the next minute we will send you back the photo, not with just the digital clothing, but also you on top of the Mount Everest or on the clouds or another dimension. So all of this again possible with just your imagination, right? It can take you anywhere, and that can happen true with digital fashion. It all sounds amusing, doesn't it? But yet we have this question: why do we need digital fashion, right? I mean, why do I need to spend real money on something that does not exist, right? I mean, after all, you're not getting this in real life. So here's your answer. One, social media. So we know content creators and influencers, they don't want to be seen in the same outfit twice. So that is when brands, fast fashion brands, they're thriving, right? They rely on fast fashion brands so that they can fulfill their wardrobe needs. They get these garments from them, and sometimes they just just use it, they wear it, they take a photograph. In some cases they just return it back and get the refund, and in other cases it's just lying in their wardrobe and probably it would just end up in a landfill. So all of this just for the sake of a photograph on Instagram, and eventually harming the environment. So all of this can be abolished if influencers go for a digital alternative. They just use their own photograph and buy a digital garment, get it fitted onto their photograph and put it on social media, all for the same cost, but yet much more friendlier to the environment. And the revolution has just begun. We know for a fact that over 500 million stories and 100 million posts are posted on Instagram every day. That's quite a big number. But most of this is created by fashion influencers, for which they again rely on fast fashion brands. So, but now digital fashion here is to take over. We've worked with influencers from across the globe, and they've tried from shoes to clothing to puff jackets, and they've loved the experience. Their audience have loved the experience. Their audiences have never seen anything like this before. So their reactions have been tremendous, and this all of this helped the influencers to boost their engagement rate. There were more comments, there were more likes than compared to any other regular digital, I mean, any other physical fashion, right? So these designs again not only help them to express their creativity, but also boost their engagement rate. Moving over from social media and helping influencers, we worked with this brand from India where they were unable to create a photo shoot of their new collection because of the lockdown. And what we did was downloaded a few photos from Shutterstock, digitized their entire collection in 3D, and dress these models, Shutterstock models, using the digital clothing that we had created. And all of this with just imagination and a computer. And this was much more cost effective in terms of hiring a studio, flying in these models, probably have them stayed in a hotel room, and again, the use of all the one time use products. So, not even a cameraman was required, and all of this done just digitally. So the photos that you see on the left were the photos that we downloaded from Shutterstock, and on the right were the photos where we fitted the 3D garments. And in some cases, we even were able to change the skateboard into an iPad. So again, anything can be created. So within a few weeks' time, they were able to create banners out of it. They could do a full-blown social media marketing. I mean, stick out banners that's on bus stands, their own showrooms, and all of that again was done like all of this just over the computer without any physical interaction at all. Now, moving from physical experiences to digital ones, we worked with Karen James of Immersive Crime to create these digital looks for her digital avatar, and everybody eventually would have their own digital twin, either in a game or a metaverse or any virtual environment. So these clothings are not just for your social media, but also for your digital self. Lastly, I'm going to talk about how 3D fashion designers as a community we've been growing, and how digital fashion has enabled them to create their own identity and brand with just using 3D tools, which would actually be more easier than to set up a physical fashion brand. So this campaign, I Dress Digital, was launched sometime last year, but people are still participating in it and creating their own looks. So we invited virtual fashion designers to use their designs and dress themselves or their friends or celebrities. This allowed them to explore their creativity and create these images. Like here, you could see some of them even tried combining with the virtual self and their photographs. Some even edited different backgrounds, and some even edited the entire look. So all of this again, most designers were actually first timers, and they didn't know how to do this. So we were there to guide them and show them how this was done. And the results, as you can see, and you can see it even today, just go onto the hashtag and you'd be able to browse through all the photos that were created during this campaign. So all of this revolving under around one thing, that's sustainability, which is the key, and technology is the tool that we use. Imagination is the source for it, and digital fashion is the revolution. And this revolution is already here. So again, stating a fact about how sustainable digital fashion is, to produce a garment, a digital garment, it is 95% lesser in terms of carbon emission compared to a physical garment. And all of this can be used to save 80% of our clothing ending up in a landfill or being incinerated. So I'm going to end my talk with this quote here. It says, digital fashion is the new cult and CGI is its most enthralling expression. So digital fashion is not a fad, but it is here to stay. So see you on the other side. Thank you, Metafash. Thank you for listening.